has been going on here? Everything's beautiful. Who on earth could have been here while we were away?
Look. There are 8 places set at the table. That's funny. But there are only 7 of us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Amazing. I've got an idea. Perhaps it's one of our distant relatives who's come to pay us a surprise visit.
Oh, don't be silly. There's nobody in our family who knows to look after a house, so there's no use you thinking it's one of our relatives who's been here. I don't care who's been tidying up. All that matters to me is that all the washing up's been done so that I won't have to do it myself.
Snow White's sudden appearance frightened the dwarfs out of their wits. They weren't very courageous people, we must admit. The leader of the dwarfs hid under the table. One of the other dwarfs disappeared inside the bread bin. Another rushed into the grandfather clock. And all the others hid themselves in the cupboard. All except the one that had cut his finger, that is. He just stood in the middle of the room, rolling his eyes from fright.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you.
What makes you think you frightened us? Frightened us? You're just a little girl. Come on, the rest of you. What are you waiting for?
Well, we ought to explain that we have got a nasty ogre that lives near us. We don't get along with him very well.
Marina, no need to tell our guest all the details of our private lives.
Oh, yes.
What's your name, and where do you come from?
My name is Snow White, and I've just had to leave my father's palace. I'll never be able to return again. I'm just a lost child now, you see.
Poor little girl. Well, if that's the case, you can stay with us. Apparently you prepared dinner, so come and sit down at the table with us.
They got on together wonderfully. Snow White looked after the house and did all the cooking. The dwarfs looked after Snow White and spoiled her just as if she'd been their own daughter. It was all too good to last. One day, the wicked queen suddenly thought of talking to her mirror again.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Your Majesty, Snow White is the most beautiful.
Snow White? But she's been dead for a long time now.
She is not dead, Your Majesty. She is living with the 7 dwarfs in the forest.
What?
You see, your wickedness does not always triumph.
Be quiet. I'm only asking you questions. I'm not asking for your opinions.
Very well, Your Majesty.
The queen was almost mad with anger. She took one of her secret poisons and put it in an apple. Then she put the poisoned apple into a basket with other fruit, and dressing up like an old woman, she got onto her witch's broom and went over to where Snow White was living. When she arrived, Snow White was putting some flowers into a vase.
Good morning.
Good morning.
May I come in for a moment? I've travelled rather far and I'm very thirsty.
Oh, please, come in. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Here's a drink of black currant juice for you.
Thank you very much. One good turn deserves another.
Mm-hmm.
You've given me something to drink, so I'm going to give you something to eat.
Thank you.
Here, take this lovely red apple.
Oh, that is kind of you. What a lovely apple. It's a little bitter, though. Oh, my head is spinning. What is happening? Help!
the fresh mushrooms?
Lord, you some lovely mushrooms, Snow White. There's no reply. I hope nothing's happened to her.
Oh, don't be silly. Nothing's happened to her. You're always worried about nothing.
Well,
Let's go inside.
Snow White.
What did I tell you? Look at her.
Snow White. But why is she stretched out on the ground like that?
There's an apple beside her. Yes. Look, it's all black. There's something wrong here.
Snow White's been eating this apple. Look, you can see. She's taken a bite out of it.
Somebody has poisoned her. Dear Snow White. Somebody poisoned her.
It must have been the wicked queen.
Yes, we should have been more careful. We should always have left somebody at the house to look after her.
I don't know if you've ever noticed, but ever since Snow White has been in her crystal coffin that we made for her, there's been no change in her face. She's still as fair and as beautiful as ever.
Yes.
She just looks as if she's sleeping.
Yes, that's true. She is as beautiful as ever.
It's amazing.
But she's lying so still. She can't be sleeping. I don't see her breathing.
Perhaps she's in a very, very deep sleep. Perhaps she'll wake up someday. You never know.
One afternoon, a prince was riding on his white horse through the forest. In a clearing, he came across the dwarf's little house. He dismounted from his horse and went and knocked at the door. There was no reply, so he went in. In the middle of the main room, he saw Snow White lying in her crystal coffin. He went up to her and kissed her cheek. Gently.
Snow White. Snow White.
Oh, what a wonderful sleep that was.
Snow White. Snow White. Snow White.
My handsome prince.
Well, I never. Snow White has come to life again and she's in the arms of a young man.
Amazing.
May I ask what you're doing here, my young man, and what makes you think you have the right to kiss our daughter?
Yes, indeed.
Come now, there's no need to be angry. Let me introduce you to the prince who has just wakened me from my sleep.
Oh.
We love each other very much, and he has asked me to marry him.
Well, that's different. Did you say you were going to marry him?
Yes, I did.
I knew that one day Snow White would wake up from her long sleep again.
Oh, you know everything.
Yes, you know everything.
So, you're going to leave us, then?
Oh, well, I don't want...
Don't worry. I will come back and see you as often as I can.
I don't want to...
Oh, don't make it so difficult for me to go. I've never been so happy in all my life.
Oh, I'm sorry. We really do want you to be happy. We're just a lot of selfish little men.
Yes, what we are.
But who's going to do all the washing up now that you're leaving us? I hate washing up.
No, do stop worrying about the washing up. Well, we'll start getting ready for your wedding right away.
Yes, let's get it
And
ready.
I know that you'll be the nicest and the best and the handsomest of all our guests.
Not now.